Hey there, zombie hunters. Jaxel here. Welcome back to another episode of 7 Days to Die Alpha 16 tutorials. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy this video, why don't you smack the taste out of that like button for me? Alrighty, folks. Let's get right to it. What we're going to work on today is we're going to work on treasure hunting. And I know that for some it's a challenge, and there are some perks that will help you with that, and we're going to explore that today. And I'll show you some tips on finding the treasure a little bit easier than maybe others may. You may have a different way of doing it, and I'm interested to see anybody else's suggestions on how this works. But for now, we're just going to read a treasure right now, and we're going to see where it is. And hopefully it's not too far away from here. I'm just going to use God mode to get there. And that's how we're going to do it today. We're not going to screw around. Let's go under quests and take a look at Claude's treasure map. And he's out here. So let's take a look. Any of the ones that are underwater, those are really easy to acquire if you have health kits to be able to go down right to the bottom if it's really deep. But for the most part, it's pretty easy to find treasure. And right now we're at treasure hunter with no perk at all. So this area it's going to be quite a large area. So what we're going to do here is we've got some frames and I'll show you what I do to find my treasure. I get it to where it's in the center of the map, where it's right on there before it starts blinking. So I know right here is one of the spots. Now we'll come through here. It's going to blink. And it stops blinking. So let's go a little bit closer. Let's find where it starts to blink. And so right there. We know it starts blinking. And then again, I'll come up this side as well and take a look at it from this area as well. Let's get it so it's actually... I try and get it before it starts, like I said, before it starts blinking. I get it right on the marker, because that's pretty much going to be centered to where it's going to be. So just to give you folks an idea of how big of an area you're looking at. And there we go. It starts blinking. I'll back it off, and there we go. So barring these trees being in the way, which, well, it is what it is, I'm going to use the auger for speed because, well, I want to get this done quickly. And, well, there's only one way to get it done quickly. Now, what I'm going to show you here is, like I said, just how I do it. Others may have another way. This was suggested to me when I was streaming one day. And damn it, what a great idea. And I can't remember who it was who told me it, but thank you, you rock, dude. So what I do here is I leave a space of 2 between the blocks. And what I'm going to do is dig. Whoops. Helps if I do it right. Is I'm going to dig on these, wherever one of these blocks are, is where I'm going to be digging. That is the plan. It's not exactly a square, but hey ho, I should find it before then. Now let's grab the auger, and actually let's put the let's get rid of this stuff that we don't need. It's just gonna be in the way. There we go. And let's see. Now I'll start in the center-ish. This looks about center to me. And I'll just dig. And I dig a trough. Just one trough. One wide. That's all you need to do. I did a little bit wider there, but hey ho, it is what it is. And I'll just dig up to this block. That's my ending block. So what it's doing here, folks, is if you dig out this, the way I'm showing you here, you dig one little trough. On either side of the trough, the treasure will poke through. So again, start another trough right here, right beside the other one, leaving a space of 2. And eventually, it's a little harder when you don't have any points in the treasure hunter perk. It's a way bigger square that you're dealing with. And obviously with a shovel, it is going to take a lot longer. But it's still quite quick. It's just a matter of, you know, keeping digging. So right here, and then we'll just dig down. Gotta be careful. I don't want to dig the actual treasure box and blow it up because, well, treasure dumps all over the ground and it's a lot harder to pick up. Oh, repair it. All right, let's repair it. You have to forgive me. Like I said, though, each time you dig a trough, it's exposing one side or the other. So you exposed one side, didn't see it, might be on the next. And we'll just keep on digging. This makes your map a little bit hard to traverse if you're driving over this spot later on. But hey ho. I'll just poke my head up like that just to see if I'm close to the area. I dig 2 or 3 down depending. And then look at that. I had to dig 3 troughs, hardly had to dig it all, and we got the first treasure. And look at that, not bad. I'll take it. It's a decent little haul. Now for this next one, let's read this next treasure. We'll read Jennifer's map. Sure, why not? Actually, before we do, let's take a point in the where is it? Treasure Hunter. Let's buy a point. There we go. So now this next one for Jennifer, the little square that we're dealing with. You know, this was a fairly large chunk to have to figure out, and you'll end up using less and less blocks to figure out where your treasure is. But it's Treasure Hunter is one of those perks that you can buy that it's really dependent on how much time you really want to spend doing it. Like for me, a couple in there isn't a bad idea, but honestly, look at how many I had to dig. What, 3 rows? Didn't take me long. Yes, I have an auger, and it would still it would be a little bit potentially a little bit more challenging if you know, if I had a shovel and it wasn't, say, a quality shovel. It is what it is. So now we're gonna go to this treasure. We're gonna try this one out. Again, the map will be, it'll be a little bit smaller. Where's her map? Where's her treasure? Did I not select the treasure? This has happened to me before. Let's just see. There's no treasure here. Okay, that's a first. That treasure doesn't have a location to show. Really? It showed right here. Okie dokie then. Well, I've reloaded, folks, and it will not show up for some reason. It glitched. That's not a nice thing to have happen. All right, let's try reading a different treasure map. It might have been because I declined it originally. Maybe. Let's see here. Claude. Let's show Claude's. What? Quest does not have a location to show. Maybe because I spawned them in. Okay, there, it was just glitching a little bit. Okay, hopefully this time we'll be able to get to this treasure. No. Put it back in God mode. There we go. Oh, this one's underwater. Oh, this gives me lets me show you underwater what happens. The treasures underwater, well, you don't usually have to dig for them. So where is that treasure? They're a little hard to see depending on where they place them underwater, but if it's buried, this will be a first. Let's just go into God mode so I don't drown. That is buried. More often than not, they're right on the surface. They're not buried at all. Oh, there it is. Aha. See? That's what I was talking about. We'll take his treasure and we'll get out of here. We're not going to use that as our test for the next level, that's for sure. That would be why I selected extra quests. Because I knew something was going to happen with one of these quests. Okay. Now that treasure is... Let's see here. Show on the map. In the wasteland. Perfect. Let's go there. Okay. Now let's actually get out of fly mode. We're staying in God mode just because I don't feel like dealing with dogs. Okay, let's do this one more time. So let's get facing to the right points. Like I said, I like to be finding out where the center is before it. So there's our center, and you're gonna see how much smaller this block actually is. Let's get it back on E. There we go, and it starts blinking right away. So let's put one there, and again, it's a lot easier to find the treasure. Again, once you've got this, look at that. So we know for a fact that the treasure is in between these 4 points, and that's a lot smaller than the last one. So what we're gonna do, same thing as before. I gotta dump a bunch of crap off because I don't need it. And so let's take a look here. Let's get out of fly mode. I think I'm in fly mode still. No, I'm not. Okay, this felt really. I feel really fast. That's all. So again, dig the trough. It's a smaller trough, a lot easier to deal with. And look at that. I found it in the first. Boom, just like that. Drop this crap off. We don't need it. Let's take a look at the treasure. So, not a bad haul. And again, it got smaller. So let's pick up all of our stuff. We don't need to pick up most of this crap, but we're picking it up for now. Really don't need it because I can always spawn in more. Now, let's go to the inventory one last time. Let's do Sarah. Oh, before we do that, that's why I was there. Let's go to here, go to Treasure Hunter, buy the next one. Read the next treasure map. And we'll see where Sarah's going to take us this time. Southwest. Alright. Quest. Sarah's treasure map. Show on the map. Where's Sarah's? In the wasteland. Again. And hopefully it doesn't disappear on me again. Alright, so this one's in a hill. A little bit more of a pain. But again, I get the before it starts to blink, I try and get the treasure icon over one of the compass points. And there we go, it starts to blink, so let's put one right there. Perfect. And it stops the blink right here. again. Now, treasure hunting here in the wasteland isn't very nice, to say the very least. Alright, we're almost there, folks. We're almost there. This one's on a hill, so it's a bit more of a jankiness to it. I hate treasure hunting in the hills. So there we go. That one's in. So again, now we're looking at, it looks about the same size, but honestly it's probably not because I didn't quite measure it out the same. Is that a landmine? Yep, that was a landmine. Oh man. Okay, so we're not going to clear anything this time. We're just going to dig down and see how quickly we can get to the treasure. Again, I got lucky on the last one. This one I don't know that it's going to be lucky, but look at that. Didn't have to dig very much. Just find the centers and dig for center first, because you're more likely going to find it on the center than you are anywhere else. That's just what I have found. And we can chop that out and take all the treasure. And we got one more treasure, and we're going to do the final scout treasure hunter. Even though I normally wouldn't, like once you saw the difference between 1 and 2, really wasn't that substantial. So we bought the points. We'll read another map here in a second. Just want to pick up my my frames. I shouldn't need more than what I've got. So let's find out where this quest is. Oh, well, we got to take the quest first. Stephens. Let's accept it. Thank goodness for God mode, because, well, I would be hurting for certain right now. Okay, so we accepted the quest, and let's use a bandage because I'm bleeding out even though I'm not going to die. So this next quest, let's take a look at our quest log. And Stefan's treasure, show on the map. He's way the hell out there. Okay, fine. If it's in the water, well, we'll just take a different one. It's not in the water. Let the graphics load in. There we go. Okay, again, it's the same premise, but we've got more points spent. Okay, so that's where it starts in. Park it. And it stops right here. I like to keep in line with. Okay, so there we go. And right here. And right, we'll put it one right here. Let's see here. Alright, so that one's in, and, well, this one's going to be real easy to dig out now. Again, do you really need to? Probably not. This one, I probably won't be doing any trough system, that's for sure. Don't really need to. Just dig a little bit. And there it is. Just like that, we've got the next piece of the puzzle. I like it. I like it a lot. There you go, folks. That's how she works. And if there's any more questions regarding the treasure hunter or hunting for treasure, if you want any more tips or suggestions, or if you guys have a suggestion of your own, I'd love to hear it. Also, too, if you have anything that you'd like to see me do in the future for tutorials, you want something explained, show how something works, I'm more than happy to try and do that for y'all. But until the next video, folks, thank you for watching. I look forward to chatting with you real soon. Peace out and happy hunting.